What's up? So what do you know about fine dining? The Michelin star restaurant is something I've always wanted to try, but unfortunately I don't live near any. So I took a trip to Europe and went to 3 of them. Yeah, I know. I went to one 1-star restaurant and 2 2-star restaurants because I couldn't reserve 3, just to see what all the hype was about. Here's what I found. The 1-star restaurant was my first Michelin experience, and to be honest, it was a little underwhelming. I think when most people hear Michelin star, they get this idea of this very grand, opulent experience. But the reality is, it was no different than visiting any decent restaurant, just more expensive, and you don't really get to choose what you eat. I was a little confused by this and wasn't really sure if I was missing something, so before going to the next restaurant, I decided to do a little research on Michelin, just in case if I maybe got something wrong. Turns out, Michelin has a team of secret agents, no joke, that visit these restaurants anonymously and without warning. Then a committee of agents get together and discuss whether the restaurant earns a Michelin star or gets one taken away.
I hate this place. I can't stand it any longer. It's the smell. I can taste your stink. Every time I do, I fear that I've somehow been infected by it. It's repulsive, isn't it? I must get out of here.
That's the thing that I didn't know. Michelin stars are not guaranteed to stay, so restaurants can eventually fall out of Michelin status. So then that had me thinking that maybe the place I went to was on the verge of losing their Michelin star or had already lost it but still advertised it. With that said, it's important to know exactly when a restaurant was awarded its Michelin star and if in fact they still have them. Otherwise, you might be a sucker like me. So with that knowledge, I went to the next restaurant a little bit more prepared. So was the 2-star better? Yeah. How? I don't really know how to describe it. It was a very abstract meal, like a Willy Wonka experience. Everything looked like one thing, but tasted like something completely different and out of this world. Still expensive, but it actually was kind of worth it. Unlike the first restaurant, nothing at this one seemed like something I could easily get somewhere else. It was probably closer to what I'd imagine a Michelin star restaurant to be, where all I can say is that you just had to be there. It kind of made me wonder how a 3 Michelin star could get any better, but unfortunately I couldn't get a table, so I had to settle for another 2-star. I know. But this restaurant, if anything, helped me better understand what the Michelin star hype was actually all about. So I don't really mean this in a bad way, but if you're fortunate enough to live in a major city with access to a wide variety of food options and you're still searching for something different, then a Michelin star will be that next step in cuisine. On the other hand, if you're someone who's a little bit more picky or just pretty content with what's normally available, then you might find these restaurants to be a bit of a waste of time and money, and that's completely fair too. So even though I might like it, I would never stop you or someone else if they wanted to go to a less expensive, more accessible restaurant. Personally, I'm cool with just a small, casual hole in the wall, especially when traveling, because that's where the culture is. Some of the best meals I've had have been in the most unexpected places. Getting to eat at a Michelin star restaurant is a luxury, and I think people sometimes forget that you can find good food anywhere. At the same time, it's also an art. So what I'll say is, in the same way that there's car enthusiasts or watch enthusiasts, Michelin stars are best suited for the food enthusiasts. If you're somebody that admires the culinary arts, then you'll probably gain the most benefit from a Michelin star. In the same way an art critic will appreciate an abstract painting that looks like it was made by a child. In short, don't pressure yourself, don't pressure your date, don't pressure really anybody to eat at a Michelin star just because it's fancy, it's exclusive, or it's expensive. Try a Michelin star because you genuinely want to. If you've been to a Michelin star, let the other people know in the comments whether or not you agree with what I'm saying in this video. Other than that, that's it.